Hey guys, this is Luke Jano, and today I'm going to be doing another 3D tutorial where I talk about how to make a 3D projection in Scratch. Now, I just did this tutorial, and my audio quality was atrocious, so I'm going to be redoing it, but I've already got the entire setup all kind of set up. Ignore these lines right over here. We'll come back to that later. Um, Once we finish the entire project, I'll get over to that. But first, what you're going to want to do, get a few start forevers in here. We're going to use both of them. Get a point method or new more block and a line more block. You get those over in the more blocks tab. Just make a block. And what you're going to want in point, you're going to want X, Y, and Z. And then in line, you're going to want X, Y, Y1, or X1, Y1, Z1, X2, Y2, Z2, and size for the pen size. So let's just get started with this real quick. How to do the big thing. Oh yeah. By the way, you're gonna want these variables, px, py, xpos, ypos, and z offset. I'll explain all these when I get to them. So here's what we're gonna want to start out with. The core piece of 3D is getting 3D points, so a three-dimensional coordinate, to shrink down into a two-dimensional plane. So how we do that is we project it by making Z look further away, by making it smaller off in the distance. That'll make more sense as we get into it. But so the basics of 3D are all going to be inside of this point more block, and in this formula I'm about to give you. So here's what you're going to want to do. Get px, set px and py. That's what we're going to be setting, and those are going to be our projection x and our projection y. You can call them whatever you want. I just went with px and py, and here is what you're going to want: plus xpos. And xpos is going to be where it is located on the screen. Oh yeah, and by the way, our render is just a big black thing, a big black sprite with ghost effect 100. So that'll just disappear if you set the ghost to 100. And that just allows us to draw off screen really easily, so we don't have to break up the lines and do something weird like I did in my other tutorial. So, you're going to want to set, yeah, xpos. You're going to do plus xpos, and that's where we're going to add everything into that plus, divided by times plus and plus. So I just set up the framework for how it's going to look. It's going to look like that. Um, and now we just add all the stuff in. Xpos, Xpos, C offset, C plus Z, and then we just copy that over. I think that's right. Let me just really quickly check. That looks pretty good to me. I actually remembered it. I actually got it from memory. Because I just did all this stuff. So I'll just zoom in so that you guys can see that. And then we're just gonna change all this stuff with Y right over here. Y, Y pause, and Y pause. And one other note, all these variables, I made them for the sprite only, but it shouldn't matter what you do. I just do that just to reduce clutter later on. But since this is just a one thing project, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now that you got that done, uh, you're going to want to create the lines. So this is going to convert any three-dimensional coordinate into a two-dimensional coordinate. So what we're going to do is go to x1, y1, z1, and then the other point is going to go to x2, y2, and z2. And then, of course, pen down right there, pen up right there, pen up right there. Set pen size right there to size. And then I'm just going to put a clear right here just so I don't forget. And then one more thing we're going to want to, right, px and py, we're going to want to go to px and py after we get the coordinates. So this should be able to draw a 3D line. Let's try it out. Um, Grab this little thing right over here, and yep, look at that. Now, we're going to want to be able to move this around so that we can actually see that it's being 3D. So with this other forever, we're just going to make a small controller. Now, you could also do this with the when all these blocks right up here, when space key pressed or when left key, right key, whatever, when all those are pressed, you could do that as well. I'm just going to do it this way because it's a little bit more compact, a little bit easier to read for me, in my personal opinion. Oops, not X pause, Y pause by 5. And I mean 5, 2, it doesn't really matter. I'll do 2 actually this time, just because I know that it was a little fast the last time I did this. I'll give it a little bit slower of a go this time. So X pause, there we go. So we should be able to move this thing around. Good. Now you can't see it being 3D. Uh, I'll go get one that you can see it's being 3D. This one right here should be able to do it. And what that is a change. If there's a change in the Z, then you should be able to see. That one doesn't have a change in the Z, so that one you can't see it being 3D. The Z axis is what's really being changed, so that's what's really going to let you show the 3D-ness of it. So since the Z axis is being changed, you can really see it being 3D. Great. Now, what I made over here last time, I spent a lot of time on my other video. I spent a lot of time making this cube. So we're gonna just put it into use right over here. And you can feel free to grab this from my project. You don't have to make this yourself. If you really don't want to, I don't see any need in it. What you do is you just change each one to negative or positive at a time. If you can see the pattern that I've got here, there's definitely a pattern that you can see. So I've got negative 25, negative 25, negative 25, negative 25, negative 25. Okay, don't you don't have to worry about it. But it would make sense if I was doing it. But just looking at it, it looks complicated. So just grab it unless you want to make it yourself. So with that, this tutorial is over. Yeah, it was really quick because 3D really isn't that hard. The 3D projection part is not that hard. When we get into the rotation and all that next time, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys all next time. If you've gotten any requests for a tutorial, um, please let me know. I will gladly try to do it. I got a lot of requests for terrain generator, which, I'd be happy to do. I've got a nice algorithm that you could actually use for surface terrain generation on my dev account. So, go check that out. Um, it'll do a nice one-dimensional terrain wave curly whirly thingy. So, um, I'll do a tutorial on that, but terrain is going to be a multi-step thing. I can't just do that in one video because it'll be too long. We don't want another 5-hour video, guys. So anyway, I'll see you guys all next time. Thank you so much for watching.